Now, in the Kurt Cobain note, too, as well, there's something about that the top portion of the note they believe was written by Cobain, but then the bottom portion might have been added in by somebody else. Have you ever seen the actual handwritten note, or did you just see the words typed into a...
No, I have seen the whole note.
Okay.
And, yes, I have. You know what? This is the most interesting thing to me about the note. And this was completely taken out of the Soaked in Bleach. When you think about it, the first part of the note is very emotional and very poetic, where he does talk about his sorrow at really the music industry, which he loved when he started, and that music was such a huge part of his life, and then to have it become such a nightmare for him. And the bottom part of the note is more what we call, you know, what most of us would think of as like a stereotypical note where he says, you know, I'm sorry, take care of your child, I love you, you know, these kinds of things. Okay. Well, when you think about how he actually died, his first decline into death's door was through heroin. And then he shot himself. So his note is very much like the same, it's almost like a metaphor for how he killed himself. No, I mean, we have to remember this man was a poet. He was a writer and he was a poet. And to me, his note is incredibly much like his own life. In the documentary, they only included the part about the bottom note being stereotypical, and somehow that got put, this is what I know, I've heard, okay? I haven't seen it, but I have heard that, and then they put into the fact that I said the bottom of the note was more stereotypical. Somehow they put that into the context that that means somebody else must have written it, or that means that it was really phony. And that isn't what I was saying at all.
Okay, and then you've heard through the grapevine that others who participated in this documentary also, too, that their conclusions were kind of twisted?
Yes. In fact, I know that for a fact. I mean, I know two other experts that were in the documentary, and both of them, you know, have discussed it with me, how upset they were by really the misrepresentation of their comments.
And who were they? This is fascinating. Who are they?
One was a handwriting examiner, okay, and one is one of the most well-respected crime scene investigators in the world.
Okay, and who's that, the crime scene investigator in the world?
Vernon Gabrith.
Okay.
And the other one is Heidi Harrelson.
Is the handwriting person?
Yes.
Okay, that's fascinating. Well, that's kind of discouraging. I wonder why people do that, though. You know, you want to make a film, don't you want it? Isn't the truth better than, like, the truth is interesting enough. It's an interesting story no matter what you come up with. Come up with a report what you find.
Absolutely. All I can say is preach it, Ed, because we need to hear that so much in our society. That, yes, truth is always so much more interesting than things we can make up.